This story is about Haridas Prabhu, how he joined in Prabhupada's movement. In 1971-72, he was staying in Mumbai, no parents, no dependents. So to maintain himself, he used to wash cars, do tela work, means carry lifts, items here and there. He was around 12-13 years old boy. He was doing all these things and all. Sometimes he used to go and steal money also, pickpocket, to get money, to maintain himself. When there is no work, he used to do stealing. Then he found when he was stealing and when he was caught, when he was put into jail, he thought this is the best place. No problem for maintenance. Uta, kapda, makan, everything mil jayega. 3 time ka khana, acha sona, no work because he is a child. So he thought this is the best way. He used to catch purse and go and stand in front of a police person so that he will catch him and put him into the jail. Or he will get into a railway compartment without ticket and he will go and stand in front of TC so that they will catch him and put him into the jail. So somehow in 71 and 72 he was put into jail in Mumbai, and that day, every day there will be local task. You have to clean your own area. So he was given the task of cleaning the dustbins. So at that time, Back to Godhead was the one magazine which was in English that was being circulated in India. So there was one magazine dumped in dustbin. So when he was cleaning up that dustbin, he saw one photo of Srila Prabhupada in the back, which had Srila Prabhupada posed like this was there, and one gold Rolex watch was there to Srila Prabhupada. So he thought, this is my target. Next I am going to steal this watch from Prabhupada. So he used to keep targets, what to steal. You have to have some inquisitiveness for you to steal and the process and all these things and all. So he was waiting for the opportunity. So after a few days he got released. So he saw the address on the book. So he went to that building that was called Akasha Ganga apartment, where earlier Prabhupada was staying. But Prabhupada had shifted off from there to Juhu land. So when he went there, he was informed, no, everybody had vacated here. They went away to Juhu land. So he went to Juhu land. It was a small hut. It was a forest full area. So he saw a few devotees there. So when he was standing there, he went to the foreigners. He went and asked them, showing Prabhupada, where is he? I want to meet him. They said, no, he's not here. He's traveling. He'll be coming very soon to Bombay. Then they asked him, who are you, all these things and all. Then he started acting like a fake devotee. I am also a devotee. I also know chanting. And they said, okay, you are a devotee, you can stay here. So because he was a small boy and they were all Westerners, because they don't know local language and he is experienced with local language, they kept him in the ashrama. So they were pampering him, they were taking care of him very nicely. So 3 times prasadam was given, and he was also attending to the classes. So slowly he informed them that he was a thief and he was released from the jail. They did not bother. So they said, you be here, take care of yourself, chanting and do some services and all. So slowly in the association of the devotees, he was reforming. He forgot all about stealing. Then he became a devotee. After a few days, they said, you have to shave your head and you have to wear dhoti and kurta. He said, okay. So he was like a small boy, 12-year, 13-year-old, going around getting all the purchases for the temple. Because if you go as a Westerner to a sabji wala, what is 1 rupee? They will say 10 rupees first. So in that way they were losing more money. So they used to send this boy, you go and purchase, bargain and bring the best things. So he used to go and do all these things and all. So after a few months, he got to know that Prabhupada is in Hyderabad. So there is a Pandal program and Prabhupada is attending here. So Prabhupada had requested all the devotees from other centers to come and join him there. So this boy got to know that Prabhupada is in Hyderabad. So he went to the temple president and he said, I want to go to Hyderabad. Temple president said, no, there is so much work here. After that program, Prabhupada will be coming back here. No, we have to get the things ready. Then this Haridas was very adamant. He said, are you going to send me or not? If not, I'll steal the money and I'll go away to that place even if you don't give me permission. So when he is threatening, the temple president said, don't do the stealing and all. I will send you with the group of devotees. So he was also sent with the group of devotees, and there, when he got down, he went to the Pandal area where Prabhupada was about to give a lecture. He went and sat in front of Prabhupada and offered obeisances, and Prabhupada is seeing him and he is seeing Prabhupada. First time Prabhupada is seeing an Indian boy shaved up with dhoti kurta, and Prabhupada was not aware that this boy had joined. So when he was sitting there, all these things and all, Prabhupada, after the lecture, Prabhupada asked him to come and meet him. So he was taken into the room. So Prabhupada asked him, who are you, where are you from, all the technical details basically. Then he started saying his name is so and so, and he had been here and he was from jail earlier, and he had wanted to steal Prabhupada's watch. That way he had joined ISKCON. Then Prabhupada said, stealing is very bad, you should not steal. Prabhupada removed his watch and gave it to him. From today, you should not steal. Okay, he was doing very nice service. He came back to Mumbai and he was doing nice service and all. So Prabhupada also came back to Mumbai. So his service is every day to go and purchase fruits for the deities and Prabhupada and devotees' kitchen. So sometimes that old habits die hard. So as an young boy, so one day he went out, he saw Cadbury's 5-star advertisement and a big hoarding there. So he became fascinated. So he stole 5 rupees from the purchase. He purchased few chocolates, kept it in his chanting bag, went to ashram, kept it in the deity kitchen, and for Prabhupada's kitchen, he has to go through Prabhupada's room to keep it in Prabhupada's kitchen. He was thinking, chocolates are there, I am not able to be found because they are in the chanting bag, all these things and all. As soon as he entered Prabhupada's room, Prabhupada was there. Because he saw Prabhupada, he immediately paid obeisances. When he paid obeisances, all the chocolates came out of the chanting bag. So Prabhupada immediately saw and he said, what is this? He could not hide now, he's caught red-handed. So he thought, I'll offer one chocolate to Prabhupada and bribe him so that he will not scold me. He took one chocolate to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, this is sweet. So Prabhupada opened and he ate one bite and he said, what is this? What you have given me? It is not good for us to eat anything outside. So he informs him the importance of eating prasad, the food offered to Lord Krishna. Now you gave me chocolate, I am giving you this halwa, eat this. He ate that halwa. The next moment he forgot about chocolate. He threw away the chocolate and he said, this is the best thing I have heard, I have eaten. So that is the potential. Just by being the association of devotees to the highest category of Prabhupada, he forgot all about stealing, all about chocolates, and Prabhupada is teaching by practical example. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Rasavarjam rasopiyasya param drishtva nivartate. By higher taste, we forget lower taste. So in this way, Prabhupada gave all of us different higher taste for all of us, so that we will be able to hook on to this Krishna conscious movement and engage in the service of Guru and Krishna and make our life successful.
Spread this Krishna consciousness movement. Parama Ananda Kanda. People will be happy. Our mission is to see Sarve Sukhina Bhavantu.